not one of these dads who brags about how smart their kids are. You'll never see me with a bumper sticker that says, my kids are on the honor roll, the Olivia Middle School. You ever see these jackasses? You know what I need? I need a bumper sticker that says, my kids are barely getting by at the Sylvan Learning Center. That's what I need. My wife gave birth to our first son 2 years ago. Thank you. He's not here. Don't worry. Him and I went to do a lot of walks in the park and stuff, you know, because the chicks kind of dig that. I do find it very strange, though, when people stick their head in the stroller and say weird things like, oh, he's going to be a lady killer. Well, this one here's going to be a real heartbreaker. I want to know, how come nobody ever walks up to a baby girl in a stroller and says something like, oh, look at this one. Someday, she's going to be a filthy whore. Nobody says that, ever, right? I don't know what that is. I don't understand that at all. You know what I realized since I started having kids? Nobody really gives a shit about me anymore. That's what I realized. I'm walking in the mall with my son the other day, and I'm thinking to myself, I could have a pickaxe sticking out of my forehead right now. Nobody would do a goddamn thing to help me. But the minute a sock falls off of this fucking kid's foot, people come crawling out of the woodwork like I'm handing out free Cinnabons. Amazing. I would like to reflect back for a second to the day my son was born. I'll never forget it. I'm in the hospital. My 7-year-old comes up to me and says, hey, Daddy, can I ask you a question? So I said, sure, baby, anything. What's up? She says, Daddy, now that Max is finally here, do you think you'll love him more than you love me and Anna? You know, because we're girls and he's a boy. It melts your heart, right? So I kneel down and I say to her, oh my God, Samantha, my love, my sweetheart, what kind of question is that, baby? Of course I love him more! Oh my God! This kid's so fucking stupid! What kind of question is that? It's a boy! Jerk. I don't understand that. What about taking these kids out to dinner? Is there anything worse in the entire world than taking your kids out to dinner? Right? Not at all, right? I did some research on this subject, believe this. I found out that all of those hunger strikes that Gandhi went on were directly because he refused to take his kids out to eat. You believe that? His exact quote was, I would rather starve to death than take these motherfuckers to Applebee's. Gandhi, you believe that? Man of peace. Unbelievable. And how about your kids' teeth? You ever take a good look at your children's teeth? Especially if they're like 6, 7 years old, how terrible it is, right? My 6-year-old's in my face the other day, close talking like usual, right in my mouth, you know? And I'm noticing she's got one big tooth next to a tiny little baby tooth. Then there's like a huge gaping hole you can drive a truck through. Then like a half black, gray, gnarled thing. And I'm looking, what the hell's wrong with this kid? And then she kind of, you know, puts me on the spot and asks me loaded questions like, am I the prettiest little girl in the world, Daddy? God, no! I'm like, not even close! Have you seen your fucking teeth lately? God, you ever brush these things? How about a headgear, a retainer or something, right? Unbelievable. You Levittown people love that joke. It scares me a little bit. Your kids must have fucked up teeth, is that right? I do that joke in Syosset, not a goddamn laugh. You have people like, yeah, my kids' teeth are fucked up. You know, really fucked up. Mommy, can I have that box of nerds for breakfast? Yes, you can have the nerds for breakfast. I don't give a shit. I was at Miller's Ale House all night. $8 for a bucket. And chicken nachos, piled fucking 2 feet high. Eat what the fuck you want. Where's your fat father? Leave me alone. And then there's my wife. Let's talk about that little peach for a second. You guys ever seen this commercial for erectile dysfunction? Where there's a man and a woman on the front lawn and they're raking leaves. And the man just stops and he gives the wife a look. And the next thing you know, they're off in the bedroom because the moment was right for them. You seen that commercial? Well, ironically, my wife and I were raking leaves recently. So I figured, hey, maybe the moment's right for us. So I stop. I give my wife a look. She gives me a look back. And she says, what the fuck are you staring at, fat ass? You think these leaves are gonna pick themselves up? Grab a goddamn rake and stop pimping me out. Man, can she be difficult, boy. Just this morning I wake up, she starts in on me. She says, how about making yourself useful today? Instead of sitting around all day filling your fat face and Facebooking all your bitches, why don't you go ahead and do the laundry? Take my car for breaks. I was like, fine, I'll do it. And then wouldn't you know, before I come over to the club tonight, she starts on me again. Way to fuck up all my laundry, loser. Thanks to you now, all my whites are pink. You know something? You are fucking useless. If she thinks her laundry came out bad, wait till she sees what I did to her brakes. Not good. Not a good scene. Not good at all. You know, she even gets on me for how much money I spend on lunch. You believe that? Stop wasting all of our life savings on food. Come home and make yourself a sandwich. So yesterday I did. I walk in the house and guess who's standing there? But good old Red Rum herself. What the fuck are you doing here? You scared the living shit out of me. Why didn't you call first? So I said, well, I was a little hungry and I live here. She says, go make yourself a sandwich. Don't touch the honey maple turkey or the boar's head Swiss. So I open up the cold cut drawer. I find 2 pieces of American cheese curled up. 1 piece of bologna that is so old that it's morphed into olive loaf. And 3 pieces of Stop and Shop ham that is sitting in a bag filled with heavy condensation. So you know what? I've had it. You know what I did today? I went out and I spent $12 on a buffalo turkey panini with Swiss cheese and ranch dressing. Yes, I did. I loved every goddamn bite of it, too. And then you know what I did? I went out and I spent $500 on that new set of golf clubs. Yeah, I don't even play golf. She's mean. She's always yelling at me. I'm sick of you! I'm sick of all your bullshit and your nonsense, your fantasy baseball, your dishes all over the house, your burst appendix. Oh, Alex, I can't do anything right. You can't even put the goddamn garbage can on the right way. So I said, well, I did put the garbage can on the right way, but that raccoon is always flipping it off. You put the damn thing all right in the first place, the raccoon would be able to flip it off. But you want to know the saddest part of the whole story? Poor little raccoon has rabies. Yeah, my wife bit him. Loves to yell, this woman. Loves to yell. You know, like she even starts screaming at me at night when she just sees my car pulling into the driveway. Like to build some momentum up, I guess, you know? So I'm pulling in, she's getting ready to rock and roll. I open up the door the other day, this is what I hear. Fucking useless piece of shit! I didn't even walk in the door, take my shoes off yet. Get a rest somewhere. You know, but despite all this, everyone I know, she's such a doll. Your wife, she is such a doll. How'd you get so lucky to find such a doll? I'm like, yeah, she's a doll. Chucky. New joke, Walker. You like that one? Unbelievable. You know my biggest pet peeve in life, though? Men who are afraid of their wives. A lot of you men out there are afraid of your wives. I can see a couple over here, actually, right now. Not me, though. I'm in King Kong the other day, and I'm noticing is a man is holding a cup of yogurt in his hand. 1 cup of yogurt, and he's screaming down the aisle to his wife, Tina, can I buy this? Tina, can I buy this? I'm like, dude, really? 75 fucking cents. 1 cup of Yoplait yogurt, fruit on the bottom? Come on, dude, buy the goddamn cup of yogurt. I was so pissed off. I grabbed my wife's box of tampons, I got the fuck out of that store. So pissed. Thank you, folks, that's all my time. Thank you. Thank you. That's all.
Thought I might pick something up interesting. I don't know. All right, anyway. We're going to roll this along very funny fellow. This guy was actually here